Hello, my kindergarten class K104. How are you? I hope you guys are all doing well. You and your families. I miss you very, very, very much. I'm going to try to do another Google Meet so that we can see each other again, just like we did last week. So I'll keep you posted and let you know if maybe on Monday, maybe we can probably do a Google Meet again together, okay? But for now, I know that I assigned the next assignment for this week. I posted that yesterday. And so I just wanted to record myself teaching this lesson to you so you guys know what you're going to do. I know some of you have already submitted the assignment, so thank you so much for that. But in any event, I just wanted to send you a video of me teaching this lesson. So the lesson that we're going to talk about this week is how our neighborhoods and our communities are part of a borough. And so our learning objective, our LO, is that you can explain how the 5 boroughs have diversity, which means that it's diverse neighborhoods, people from different cultures, people from all over different places, how they make up a community. And so what we're going to talk about this week is how these neighborhoods and the communities are part of a borough. And then next week, we're going to talk more in detail about the boroughs of New York City. So I'm sure as we know, New York City is comprised of 5 different boroughs. There's Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, Manhattan, and Staten Island, right? And we live in one of the boroughs, which is Brooklyn. And in Brooklyn, there's many different neighborhoods and different communities that make up Brooklyn. Just like where our school is located, where PS 255 is, it's located in a neighborhood of Brooklyn, right? So, and we all live in different neighborhoods of Brooklyn. So that is what this lesson is going to be about. In the previous lesson last week, we learned about cardinal directions. And remember, cardinal directions were north, south, west, and east. And they are, if we use these directions, it helps us find places in a community or a map, right? And I put the picture on this assignment again so that you can remember it, because it is something very important, right? So the compass rose, which is a circle with the directions that looks like this. So it's a compass rose with the directions north, south, west, and east. This is very important, and it's on the maps because, again, it helps you find places, right? So remember, I also told you when we last spoke that there's a trick of how you can remember where west and east are located. And if you look at it, W and E spell one of your sight words, which is we. So if you think of the word we, W and E, that helps you remember on which side of the compass rose west and east is located. Okay, so like I said today, maps, I said earlier, we're going to talk about neighborhoods. So maps and globes represent the earth, and they're used to locate places in different regions. New York City is made up of 5 boroughs, again, which I said were Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, the Bronx, and Staten Island. And a neighborhood or a community are part of a borough. Okay, so what is a boundary? So like I mentioned, there's neighborhoods that make up different areas of a map, right? Different areas in the city. So what a neighborhood is when you look at a map, right? And you're looking at a neighborhood, you're going to see that in the borough of Brooklyn, they're going to be in the form of like different little boxes, right? And so a boundary is that line that separates all the different little squares of a particular neighborhood. So if you look at a community map, there's always boundary lines. So like, let's say we look at the map of the 5 boroughs, right? So when we look at the map of the 5 boroughs, when you see how they're separated in different colors, this line right here that's surrounding around Brooklyn, it's technically separating Queens. So it's basically telling me when this line is here, that means that Brooklyn, once I reach this boundary, then that means Queens starts. which is another color. And then after Queens starts, then there's another boundary, another line. And then there's Manhattan, and that means Manhattan starts, right? And some of these can be bordered through bridges, so you can get over them through bridges or different streets, different highways. So there's different ways that you can go from neighborhood to neighborhood. A neighborhood is a part of a town or a city where people live and work near each other. New York City, as I mentioned, has 5 boroughs, and each one of them has very unique neighborhoods and communities. Neighborhoods can be made up of a few blocks or streets, and they're defined by invisible boundaries, like I just showed you, that line, right? When you're driving, let's say I'm driving on Coney Island Avenue, right? And as I'm going down Coney Island Avenue and I'm going through all the avenues, if I start on Coney Island Avenue all the way down in the beginning, all the way down by the Bell Parkway, that's Sheepshead Bay. But as I'm driving along Sheepshead Bay, Manhattan Beach, that's all those areas over there. If I'm driving along the way on Coney Island Avenue and I start going down Avenue S, Avenue M, Avenue F, I go to Foster Avenue, I go down all the way down to Cortelyou, and I'm going down all these different streets on Coney Island Avenue. I am eventually passing many different neighborhoods like Midwood, Kensington. I'm going to go in towards Park Slope, Prospect Park area, because I'm going to run into the big park right in front of me on Coney Island Avenue. So those are the ways that you won't even know that you're crossing into the next neighborhood because it's an invisible line. It's a boundary, but a boundary tells you when one neighborhood starts and ends. So that's really what a boundary means, okay? So we live now in the borough of Brooklyn, right? And our school, PS 255, is located near the neighborhoods of Midwood and Sheepshead Bay. I think we're kind of like in between because we're not in Marine Park and we're not right in Midwood, but we're almost close to the Sheepshead Bay neighborhood, which starts around like Avenue W or so. But if you use our cardinal directions, right, and you're looking at a map and you're looking at the neighborhoods, you will see that Marine Park is to the east of PS 255. So as you're driving, Marine Park is on the side of it. So when I'm driving to work, when I'm driving to PS 255, I'm coming from my neighborhood and I'm going down towards Marine Park. I'm crossing Marine Park, and then I'm going into the Midwood neighborhood, and then eventually I can go into the Sheepshead Bay neighborhood. So that is how our school community is located in a particular neighborhood. The map of Brooklyn that I attached to you in your assignment shows you how the neighborhoods are separated by boundaries, which means how a neighborhood begins and it ends. And they're noted in different color boxes. So there's many different neighborhoods that are unique in every different way. Even if you look at Manhattan, right, there's different areas called Chinatown. There's areas called Little Italy. There's the East Village. There's Midtown Manhattan. There's Times Square. Those are all different neighborhoods within the borough of Manhattan. So that is the way neighborhoods are shown and how they are noted, basically. So what I wanted you to do for this assignment, I thought it'd be fun. You know, I did write in the assignment to put on some spy glasses. So maybe you can put on some like glasses or binoculars, something cool. And I wanted you to look out your window. And when you looked out your window, I wanted you to tell me, what did you notice in your neighborhood? Maybe you noticed more homes. Maybe you noticed a main street. Maybe you noticed the bus stop. Maybe you see a lot of cars. Maybe you're right on a big highway. So maybe you saw a highway. It depends where you live, right? Or in your community. Maybe you're on a higher rise building and you can see above all the other buildings and you can see what the other neighborhood looks like, right? So I wanted you to peek and tell me what you would notice. So I gave you examples. I'd say you would probably notice buildings, homes, street signs, trees, cars, and many other things, right? So there's no right or wrong answer. I just wanted you to tell me what you noticed. And your neighborhood is one of the many in the borough that are different. They all don't look the same, right? All the neighborhoods don't look alike. So 1, I wanted you to notice what's in your neighborhood. And 2, do you see other neighborhoods? Like I said, maybe you're in a higher rise apartment building and you're able to see what's in the other neighborhoods. So your assignment was to look out your window and draw and draw what you see in your neighborhood. And then I wanted you to answer the questions that were below in your assignment. Okay. So it said, what is this neighborhood called? What is it like? And what did you see? Right. So I wanted you to do that for me, and I can't wait to see your drawings and your answers. I know I've seen a couple of you have submitted your assignments, so thank you so much. And remember, I mean, what I just explained, you know, a neighborhood is different. And this is going to lead us into our next assignment next week, our next lesson, which is about boroughs. And we're going to look deeper into the 5 boroughs and see how the 5 boroughs are all different. Okay. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to message me on Remind. I miss you all very, very much. And I'm going to try to see if I can do a Google Meet with you guys next week. I'm still testing it. There's been a couple of new features that have been added that I think will make it a little bit more user-friendly for us. So again, I'll keep you posted on that. So maybe we can do some live classes. And I hope to see you guys all very soon. I miss you all very, very, very much. And I hope you have a great afternoon. Bye, guys. Miss Bombalo misses you.